Since I started seriously covering the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I've received quite a few rumors and comments in my inbox, which have caused me to dig a bit deeper into a lot of confusion areas people have stumbled into around this game. I quickly realized that it might be useful to compile a list of confirmations and debunks around some of the more confusing rumors people have been talking about. And with that, let's jump into the first point. From everything that I can gather, it seems that a large portion of the gaming community en masse have assumed that the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be released as a 3-part series. However, everything I've found in researching this question basically debunks that idea. I think the game is likely to be a 3-part series, but we only know that there will be 2 or more games at this point. Now, there have been alleged leakers who said that the game will be 3 parts, but that is of course going to be impossible to verify. That same leaker also claimed an early 2019 release date. Now, I'm always skeptical of leaks, but I'll leave the links in the description below so that you can judge for yourself. So given that we know that the game will be coming out in parts, some of the comments that I've received have claimed to know how far the game will go in the first part that's released. I've kind of assumed that it will go up to the end of Midgar. Some people have said that it'll go to the end of Nibelheim, while others said that it's absolutely confirmed that it will go up to Coast del Sol. So I have dug and I've dug and I've dug, and I cannot find any actual confirmation of this. I have found alleged leaks, I've found Reddit posts saying they know what's gonna happen and then give no reference to why they would know what's gonna happen. Either way, the lack of information on this topic tells me that people probably don't actually know anything about this right now. But maybe that's wrong. If you've got some information on this one, leave it in the comments below and I'll take a look. I've seen a few people confused in my comments section about this one. At this point, the only platform that the game is confirmed to have a release on is the PS4. Now, that doesn't mean that it will not be ported to other platforms like the Xbox, PC, PS5, etc. We've seen Final Fantasy games come out on those platforms, but at this time we only have confirmation of the PS4. So I've actually heard this one quite a bit, people saying that the combat mechanics aren't really finalized to this point, and really that it's just not true. This one's just flat wrong. We know for a fact at this point that the Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be using real-time combat, much like the Kingdom Hearts series and Final Fantasy 15. I know, I'm a holdout for ATB as well, but it's just not going to happen. Alright, this is the big one. I've set my own expectations to at some point in 2019 for the first part of the series to be released, as I think it's unrealistic to expect a release in 2018 at this point. I don't think a 2018 release is impossible, but it's just unlikely given how long game development actually takes. I've had comments on my videos claiming Q2 of 2019 as well as Q4 of 2019, but none of these comments ever have sources to back them up even when I request those sources. Getting rid of the 2018 dreams for the moment, 2019 would line up with how long it takes to develop a game of the scale that Square Enix is going for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, given our knowledge of the project's start date, which is roughly 2014. 2019 would also line up with what Yosuke Matsuda, the CEO of Square Enix, said to his shareholders in 2017. And we're getting that from a shareholders presentation that Yosuke gave. Link for that will be in the description, but let's go over the interesting tidbits here. This is an excerpt from a Digital Trends article, which I will link down below as well. The most concrete info we have on this is an interview with Square Enix CEO Yosuke Matsuda, where he talks to his shareholders, stating that the Final Fantasy VII Remake would be released within 3 years, along with Kingdom Hearts 3 and other Square projects like upcoming Avengers game. So sometime between now and 2020 is the current best guess for at least the first piece in the series. Again, given what we know about game development, how games are released, the timeline Yosuke set out, and how long the Final Fantasy VII Remake has been in development to this point, I think it's reasonable to predict a Q3 to Q4 2019 release at the earliest. As previously mentioned, there was that alleged leak which stated a Q1, Q2 2019 release date, which isn't too far off given other estimates that are based on more reliable information. But at the end of the day, that is just my prediction, but I think with all of the information we do have, it's possible to give a rough window of the release date. But definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. If you made it this far in the video, I'd like to thank you for watching. I know it was a little bit longer than your standard YouTube video, but there was a lot of information to cover. There's a lot of information about there that is just kind of not true about the Final Fantasy VII Remake as we learned today. If you like content like this and want to support the channel, we're still in a growing stage, so I'd invite you to hit like and subscribe. It really does help out, and it lets me know that you like the content that we're producing. Given what happened last time, I'm sure there will be a feud in the comments section below about what's true and what's not, and how stupid my face is. So if we have enough there, I'll do a follow-up video to this so that we can pick apart anything new that comes up in this video. Thanks again for watching, and this is Radical Edward signing out.